a Sabbath dinner with two Reformed Jewish folks. It was wonderful people. And they were talking about their faith, and they were saying how there are 613 commandments that they're supposed to know. 613 commandments. We barely stop at a stop sign, right? And then 613 commandments. And she was going through the tension that Jesus was going through with the Pharisees, where one of them, a lawyer, says to Jesus, of all these 613 commandments, which one is it? And Jesus hits the tuning fork, the right note, and says, these. Love God with all your strength, heart, soul, and mind. And love your neighbor as yourself. That's the tuning fork. If you want to know, is my soul in tune with the way you're thinking shrewdly and the way you're feeling in love? The way to tell is how much do I align with those commandments? Am I doing something in love for God? Am I doing something in love for one another? If you find yourself looking after yourself more than other people, if you find yourself protecting yourself and other people be harmed by such protection, you probably are not in tune. And no matter how much you may try to sing the praises of God, it's going to sound off key. You got to be in tune. The scripture ends up saying one powerful thing. He says, all right, we're sending you out like sheep to the wolves. And the truth of the matter is that this world is a dangerous place. I know we want to raise kids and think that, it's going to be safe, but you can't. You can't stop change. You can't stop the dangers of this world. I don't mean to harp on this, but I got hit by a car out of nowhere. You can't stop these things. It happens. And you can't stop change. It happens. And one of the things that we need to do is realize that though we are in a dangerous place, we cannot protect ourselves like turtles going in our shell. The only way we protect ourselves is by filling our hearts and our minds up with the wisdom that God gives us through love. It's by studying Scripture and by trying to live as a good Christian that we actually strengthen ourselves to deal with the dangers of this world. In tune. He says this one thing. I'm sending you out. You will be brought before governors, kings, witnesses. They will arrest you. Do not worry what to say. At that time, you will be given what to say. For it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. You want to know what he's saying? It's not going to be you speaking. It's going to be the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. I love this. When you hit a piano string, it vibrates. And the vibration causes the note. The string by itself can't produce the note. It has to be the right tension and the strike. Then all of a sudden brings forth the vibration, which brings forth the note. What Jesus is saying is this. So long as you try to maintain that tension between being good in your heart and wise in your mind, so long as you try to maintain that tension between knowing what is dangerous, but also knowing that you need to love others, between holding that tension, hurry up and finish that, sorry. Between when you're able to hold that tension, when life strikes you, you're going to vibrate. And from the vibration of being holding that tension between wisdom and love, God's voice will speak. And that's what it means to have your soul in tune. You may try to give testimony to your friends through your words, and those are usually helpful. But as you all know, it's sometimes when life hits you, and you give forth the strength of your character that comes from your faith in God. When life hits you and others are watching as you go through and try to hold on to love and hope because God has loved and been there for you. When others watch you as you go through trials and storms and problems, problems, and you maintain your faith, and you are kind towards others, and you are patient, and you bear forth fruit of joy and strength as you maintain that tension between wisdom and love, between your head and your heart. You may not need to say any words to anybody about God, but somebody watching you will hear God's voice through your life. And it's not just the words you say, because one of the worst things is living in such a way where your heart is in one place and your words are in another, and you're talking wonderfully about God, and then you know amazingly how far from God you try to live, and how mean you are, and how much you gossip, and how much you even curse people out, and then they're going to say, it just doesn't line up. It's not in tune. But you may not say a word to anyone about the Lord, but if you go through certain trials and storms and knocks and hits and plucks and strokes, and you keep that tension, you would see that God is speaking through you. And they may say, I don't know how you had the strength to lose the person you lost and still kept going. I don't know how you had the strength to keep fighting when everyone was talking bad about you. I don't know how you had the strength to show up day after day scared because of bad news from the doctor. I don't know how you had the strength to be holding on to God when it seems so easy to let go of faith and to just look after yourself. I want to know more of that strength. They may never say that to you out loud, but in their minds and in their hearts, they may say that. And you'd be amazed how beautiful a string can sound when it's in tune. Amen. 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 Let's pray. No, Lord, we praise you and we thank you. And though your scripture gives us hard passages, nonetheless, you give us the strength to live by them. We just ask, oh Lord, that we do not content ourselves with earthly wisdom, the wisdom to help us get by and get ahead. But you give us that heavenly wisdom that shows us how to love others, you, and ourselves for the glory of you and for the betterment of those around us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.